I don't understand.
Yeah.
Toyota knows Land Cruiser people are going to off-road their rigs. That's why they give you all these skid plates and all these departure angles and approach angles. They give you this wheel and tire package is the weirdest thing. Here's my theory. I think they know you're going to swap them out immediately. They just kind of give you something.
Yeah. Welcome back to Texas Truck Channel. I'm Sam, and today we are at the hill with the 2025 Land Cruiser 1958 edition. And today I have Craig with me. He's gonna go ahead and tell us what we got going on.
Well, Sam, yes, we've got a great one today. I am so glad we have this. A lot of people not happy about the Land Cruiser because of the ground clearance of only 8.7 inches. We'll get to that. As we know, it's not really a problem. We've taken this platform up this hill a lot. This is a good platform that flexes a lot. But let's talk about under the hood first, and then we'll get to some of the other exterior stuff. Oh, no assist there. We got to use a prop rod. I feel it. Look, this is a peasant poverty spec because it's the 1958 edition. Of course, you also get this in all the editions, but I don't have a problem with this. Brian does, but let us know in the comments if you care about this or not. I'm sure there's an aftermarket solution we could get that will solve that. And look, if I bought it, I would get that. We get this nice padding here, so it's not as, you don't know you've got a poverty spec. This keeps it from being as noisy. This is the T24A, which is going in a lot of Toyota products these days, a turbo 4-cylinder. It is direct import injection. I do like that. The 2.3 that Ford has is direct injection only. Look up the reasons why that's a problem down the road. We don't have to worry about walnut blasting ever with this. This is also hybrid, which Sam gets you 326 horsepower and 465 pound-feet of torque. That is technically the most powerful torque-wise Land Cruiser ever made, at least in the US. And it's paired to an 8-speed automatic that has the hybrid motor actually sandwiched in between there. And you know what? It works. It's pretty seamless. We haven't taken it up the hill yet. We'll see how seamless it is up a hill, but this all works pretty good. And we got about 21, 24 miles a gallon, depending on what we were doing. Now, let's talk more about the styling of this, because I think this is where this thing wins over the 4Runners and the Tacomas and the Tundras and all that. This looks awesome. It looks cool. It looks like an off-roader. It's got all the heritage. It's got the Toyota blocks actually spelled out like all the old Toyotas. I love that. I like this squared grille. It is plastic. There's where little holes for your little front license plate, because we're in Texas, as dumb as that is, but we do get front sensors still built in. We do get radar cruise control, which works fine. The Toyota Safety Sense. It's, you know, it's rare to have a good off-road vehicle with great safety features like that. That is nice, love it, and it works well. We do get a divorced fog light, which Brian likes a lot. Here's what I like the most. This round headlight. I think that looks great. Look, if you're an off-roader, you have to have a round headlight. Bronco, round. Wrangler, round. Land Cruiser, round. Now there is different trims. You get the square ones, which harken back to the 60 series. This harkens back more to the 40 series. I think this looks great. Sam?
I think so too, yeah.
We get plastic here, metal when we get a little further back, and then we get tow hooks that you can actually use. They're not red, but you could use them. And then if you go further down, Sam, we can't really tell from here, but you get all the skid plates on the transfer case, on the fuel tank, on the transmission. You get all the skid plates in the base spec Land Cruiser. Let's go around the side and talk about approach angles.
All right, Henry, what are we doing right now?
We're adventuring.
We're adventuring. So we've got the Polaris Expedition. We were out at Northwest OHV Park, our favorite park near us, our local one. And there's a dyno day today, which is pretty cool. I need to show the kids that. But more importantly, I want to track this on OnX, because we're going to do more than just check out the dyno stuff. There's lots of trails that we can see. The problem is that our cell reception out here is pretty spotty. Luckily, I was able to pre-download maps, which helps with that. And also I can tell about spottiness because now there are range maps and reception maps on OnX. It's a new feature. It's really cool. Check it out below. If you want to check out OnX for you, also we have a discount code for that. So anyways, thanks to OnX for sponsoring this episode. Now, back to it.
So, kind of look right here, Sam. Our approach angle is 32 degrees. Even with this little thing sticking out down there, believe it or not, that's actually pretty good and should help us on our hill. On our hill, when we get to 20 degrees or less, we're getting in trouble. So 32 should be fine on the approach, although we washed out a little bit more. We'll see how that goes. Moving on back, we get IFS on the TNGA-F platforms, IFS up front, a solid axle in the back, coil suspension, multi-link coil suspension. And this works really good. It rides really good on road, and it flexes really good. We'll show you here in a minute. The biggest problem we have though, Sam, is what is, I don't understand this part of the poverty spec. You know, this is a, what should this be on instead of a Land Cruiser?
It's probably going on a Camry or anything like that. Yeah.
This is a weird looking wheel. It should definitely be a Steely. We're begging for a Steely. And you know what would have been nice is maybe some sort of off-road tire. This is a Geolander XCV, which I have zero problem with. I like Yokohamas a lot. This is a quiet, comfortable, good riding tire that gets good mileage. But what's it doing on here? I mean, I don't understand.
Yeah.
Toyota knows Land Cruiser people are gonna off-road their rigs. That's why they give you all these skid plates and all these departure angles and approach angles. But they give you this wheel and tire package is the weirdest thing. Here's my theory. I think they know you're gonna swap them out immediately. They just kind of give you something.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
They give you so much room. I mean, look, we got room over here, we got room over here.
Yeah.
We get overhang on the wheel so that you can go more aggressive with your offset.
And I'm glad you mentioned that because you do get a, look, you go on the forums, you can fit almost a 35 on this sucker without a whole lot of rubbing. You might have to do some trimming, but you can go, some people have gone to 35s and not had much problems.
Yeah.
Maybe when you fully stuff it and turn, but you can go to a pretty big wheel on this platform pretty easily. Working our way down, we do get, I like this trim here, and I like the just squared, old school SUV style, and this looks great. I think this looks the best out of all the new Toyotas on this platform. Everything works really well. This is an optional rock slider that we get from the Gulf States Toyota people. Thanks a lot. Actually, I'll be honest, this actually is fine. I don't have a problem with this.
Oh, yeah.
They also give us this nice roof rack because look, you got Overland, you got to have a roof rack, right?
Oh, yeah.
There's been a little bit of wind noise this roof rack, but
Doesn't matter when you put a rooftop tint on it.
It's fine. Breakover angle is 23 degrees, so it's still not bad. This also has the golden ratio. This ratio here is the same on every Land Cruiser since the beginning of time, basically. I think it's since the 60 series, if I remember correctly. But or maybe I think since the 80 series. 80 series and on up, 100 series, 200 series, this 300 series, same ratio. And what Toyota's done there is basically, look, we're splitting the difference between on-road, off-road, and all the things we need to do. This is the golden ratio they've determined, and they've kept it in every model since the 80 series. I love that. Moving on back, this is where we'll get tons of flex. We'll try to get a wheel in the air later. We just won't be able to get a wheel in the air. That's what will happen, I'll just tell you. I do like the plastic little protection here on the wheel arches because when you're going off-roading, even though we're not too wide, this gives you some protection. This seemingly looks narrower than a 200 series. It's not really, it's almost exactly the same, believe it or not, which is hard to believe.
Yeah.
Moving on to the back, we get a nice tow hitch receiver back here, which is, I'm not gonna pull this cover off and show you, but you do get the 4-way and 7-way connectors for your lights, and it's good for towing 6,000 pounds with that hybrid setup. Departure angle is 22 degrees, not the greatest, basically because of this. You could fix that really easily if you wanted to. Questions for you before we attack this. You've driven this, we've driven all the Toyota goodies before. What's our plan of attack here? What do you want to do?
You know, we had the GX550 luxury or premium here earlier, and it walked up with nothing turned on. So I think we should
normal drive, just go.
Normal drive and see what happens.
And by nothing, let's be clear, we do have 4 auto all the time. Let me show the people here. We do. So we're always in 4 auto. Toyota does not give us a 4 auto and 2-wheel drive option. There's just not. You get part-time or full-time now. In the first and second gen Sequoias, you could get a 4 auto option where you could have 2-wheel drive or 4 high or 4 auto.
Yeah.
They haven't done it since.
No.
And some 4Runners you could get that. They don't do that anymore. I don't know why they don't do that anymore. I wish they did because other domestic manufacturers do that.
I think they just don't want you to think about it.
I guess. And Toyota's very rigid on how you go through your modes. If you want the locker, you need to be in 4 low and all these things and crawl control. It's a little, that part's a little annoying, but I'm with Sam. I think we should just leave it in 4 auto, not even center diff lock.
Nothing. And
see what happens. And then maybe we'll do a crawl control just so we can show the people how crawl control works really well.
Exactly.
So yeah, let's try that first.
Let's get into it.
Spot me, make sure I don't hit anything.
No center locker, no rear locker. Let's see what we're doing. See what we can get into. All right, let's see, we're crawling through. A little jumpy being in 4 auto, but okay. All right, we can see how close we are to scraping this little valence on the bottom. And then this side, just got boatloads of room. Should be good. Okay, we got some slippage on the right, on the driver's side. Nope, I don't think it's gonna do it. Here. No. I don't think without that center locker, we're not gonna get up. We're just spinning left rear, right rear. or left front, right rear.
Okay, so yeah, come over here, Sam, real quick without falling down. Let's show
see.
the people. It's really freaking out as I hit the gas pedal. It's giving me a warning. Hey, you're hitting the gas pedal. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm trying to get up a hill.
Yeah.
And what's happening is, yeah, we're in 4 auto with these awful tires.
Yeah.
And I didn't have any momentum. I could have gotten a little bit of momentum. We stopped right before it, and I probably could get up there. But I like stopping here. Let's see what kind of options we have. I think the next thing we do is, I think you're exactly right. We use the center diff, so now we should be 50-50 split front to back.
Front to back.
See what happens. I think we might need more than that because we're stopped in the middle of the worst part of the trail.
Yeah, maybe just give it a little.
Well, let's show the people we do have drive modes. So if I go to drive modes, I can go to sport, normal, eco. We're staying in normal. And then if I, let's see, if I hit, I can start in second gear if I wanted to, which would be nice. But I'm not going to do that. And then we actually have crawl control modes we could play with. I'm not going to play with. And then we'll go yes. Let's go back to drive. Let's go to center diff. Okay, we're in. All right, let's give it a shot.
From the outside, you can actually hear some turbo noises.
Ooh, okay, I like it.
Some
All right, let's see what happens here.
All right. You're gonna start from right there? No bumps or nothing?
I don't think so.
All righty. Let's see. This is where we were spinning. Now, how useful was that center diff?
All right, so that's where, look, that really shows the 50-50 split on a center diff makes such a big difference, even though we still have no traction with those tires. And 50-50 still doesn't keep it locked on left to right. Yeah. So it still could spin a wheel, but it didn't there. That's pretty impressive. And I think we bumped a little bit there, but we have so much protection.
That's why we got skid plates.
Didn't really care.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay, but let's go back down. Let's actually do crawl control, put it in all the modes and the lockers. Yeah. And it's probably even less dramatic.
Let's see what it does.
We'll circle back around and do that.
All right, Craig, so what are we getting into this time?
Yeah, we're gonna try all the modes, all the goodies. We're gonna go, okay, we're going to go to neutral first. They've got a setup. We're gonna go 4 low. We're gonna center diff, center lock diff. Yep, okay, heard it click in. We're gonna do rear locker. And it's flashing and...
All right, Craig must be doing something wrong.
No, this is the problem with Toyota. Just in a Ford, I hit rear locker comes on. In a Toyota, you got to do everything just right and hold your mouth just right, and then maybe it might go in, and it's literally just not doing it. I'm going to just actually turn it off and turn it back on. Crawl control though, should be available. Yeah, okay, so we can do crawl control low, and there's how we adjust it with here, the drive mode. So we're going to put it in low. Maybe the 4 locker will kick on, Sam.
Yeah, hopefully.
And we'll just do that, crawl control, see what it can do.
Alrighty. So using crawl control, center diff locked, rear diff maybe locked. Maybe
we do have the rear locker on now.
Oh, it's on now? Okay, nice.
Lowest speed, lowest crawl speed.
Where's your coffee? Go ahead and just take a sip of your coffee. So easy.
I mean, look, that really was kind of stupid easy. And that really does kind of show how these traction control systems are so good. As we talked about previously, tires are probably the most important thing you can do to your car. This has the absolute worst tire for that application. And with these crawl control systems and traction aids and all, it just doesn't matter.
You know, and maybe you don't even need to change the tires on these, right?
Maybe you don't.
Maybe you just take it the way it is and you enjoy the on-road mannerisms, right?
Let us know in the comments what you would do. Would you change the tires, or would you take the benefit of all the on-road manners? Sam's got a point. That's actually huge.
Yeah.
So.
All right, let us know. Thanks for watching.